Alright, what's up guys? Today we have another deck profile. It is for Blue Eyes Invoked. Now, this might actually be the most competitive version of this deck right now, just because Primite isn't out yet. And today we're going to go through this, we're going to go through every card, and we're going to go through the combos. But before we get started, do you want to make your Master Duel experience a whole lot better?
Are you ready to take your Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Play experience to a new level? The Untapped GG Companion is here for you. Use the deck tracker to know exactly what cards you have in your deck, and to go over any cards you aren't familiar with yet by hovering over them. It instantly updates when you draw a card, and automatically hides if you check your extra deck or graveyard. This is the perfect tool to help you master a new deck. The Untapped GG Companion also lets you import decks directly into the game in seconds. Copy any YDK or YDKE deck string, create a new deck in-game, click the Start Auto Import button, and let us take the wheel. Once the duel is over, check your win rate on your personal stats page. Brag among your friends and share your decks so they can import them into the game too. Start your path to master today by downloading the Untapped GG Companion at ygom.untapped.gg.
Alright guys, so now we're back. This is the build right here. We're playing 2 copies of Blue Eyes, very necessary to the deck, obviously. 2 copies I think is good. Playing 3 can get a little bit bricky. I don't think you really need to play 3, especially since we're not even playing the fusion spell, the Blue Eyes fusion spell. We're not playing that, so playing 3 would just, again, it just gets very bricky. Also, something I didn't mention earlier is this can actually summon from Banished, so even if your Blue Eyes gets like Callbide, for example, you can always recur it anyway. So there's really no reason to play 3 unless you really want to hard summon in Blue Eyes. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon if you need to, but usually not. We've got Effect Veiler, totally searchable, easy card to access. 3 copies of that, searchable in the deck, plus it's a great hand trap to just draw going second. 3 copies of Sage, your 1-card starter. This is a 1-card starter. Maiden is a 1-card starter. Wishes is a 1-card starter, and for this particular deck, Alistair the Invoker is a 1-card starter. The Alistair engine is quite cool, the Invoked engine. It allows you to play through Nibiru a lot easier than the regular engine. It just gives you negates in general. That way you can basically put an Invoked Mechaba onto the board before your opponent can even if Ghost Ogre you in any reasonable manner, or before they can Nibiru you, which is actually quite nice. So we're playing 3 copies of Sage, 1 copy of Master, 3 copies of Maiden. Again, this is our big 1-card starter, Such True Light. 2 copies of Maxi, just because it's Master Duel, and Maxi is kind of a necessary evil. 1 copy of Ghost Ogre. Very good card. You could easily bump that. It's just really good in this meta game right now. 3 copies of Ash Blossom, another amazing card. Alistair the Invoker, play this at 3. This is basically, like I said, it's a 1-card starter for us. It gets us to an Invoked Mechaba by itself. It works extremely well with the Spirit with Eyes of Blue card. Very well with that. 1 copy of Jed, one of my favorite Blue Eyes cards. It's endless recursion as long as you have a Blue Eyes in the graveyard. And it bounces a card. It destroys. It does so much. 2 copies of Nibiru, 2 copies of Invocation. You could actually cut this down to 1 and just recycle that same copy, but I like having the second one kind of just in case. 3 copies of Wishes. This is the card that searches level 1 tuner, so any of these up here, and then also it searches any Blue Eye spell trap cards, so like Roar, and if you really need to, True Light and Majesty, most importantly, but it can search those 3 very easily. We've got Roar, summons a Blue Eyes basically from anywhere, and it summons a Blue Eyes White Dragon basically from anywhere, and if you already control Blue Eyes, then you can summon Jet, which can be helpful sometimes. We've got Mausoleum, our field spell that we send Blue Eyes to the graveyard with, and it gives us a double normal sum of the level 1 monsters. We've got Magical Meltdown, our other field spell. This is another thing that's like kind of important. It gets you Alistair the Invoker, and then if your opponent tries to react to your fusion summons, basically they can't, which is quite nice. Then we've got 2 Callbys, because it's at 2 in Master Duel for some reason. 3 Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence is extra good in this deck because you can recur it with Tyrant Dragon, but also it's a very good hand trap that doesn't lose to it basically doesn't lose to Triple Tactics, Talents, or Thrust or anything like that. Then we've got Majesty of White. This is just amazing in this variant of the deck. It is free to search, and on top of that it pops cards equal to the amount of normal Blue Eyes you reveal. And then we've got True Light, which is the heart and soul of the deck. For the extra deck, we have Invoked, this guy right here. We play him, but honestly, I'm kind of might be cutting him for a Purgatrio. Because Purgatrio I feel like it comes up more often, Purgatrio does. Purgatrio is the fire one that you can special summon. For some reason it didn't pop up here. Oh, here it is. Purgatrio is the one that you can attack all your opponent's monsters and it does piercing, so it can help you end games. But Purgatrio is kind of it's good because you can summon it off of an Ash Blossom and everyone's basically playing Ash. But the negative part about Purgatrio is that it basically does the same thing as Tyrant Dragon, but it doesn't set back a trap card. So at this point, this is the one I'm playing just because it does pop a card, but you don't go into him quite that often. One copy of Tyrant, Game Ender, Invoked Mechaba, very important. I'll probably keep crafting this till I get a Royal Rare. It's a really good card. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, another very, very important card. You can attach it to one of your Blue Eyes and get an easy Tyrant Dragon, or it just gives you targeting protection if you use it right off the wishes. 3 copies of Spirit, again, very, very important. You have to always max out on Spirit because it gives you access to all of these amazing synchro plays. It also has a graveyard negate, which is incredibly important. A lot of people forget that this card has a graveyard negate. It's actually really good against Fiendsmith, like really good against Fiendsmith, and it can tag out and do stuff like that. Just very, very good. Cypher, Stardust, Divine, Stardust, Cypher, Divine Dragon, another very, very important card. Gives all of your cards protection, which it even protects from being destroyed during the end phase off of Spirit Dragon. Also, it negates a monster effect and destroys. This negates basically anything: monster, spell, trap card, activation, monster summon, or attack. It negates any one of those things. Basically negates pretty much everything. It's like Solemn Judgment plus Strike on legs. Very good card. Then we've got Crimson Dragon. This allows you to tag out into one of these bigger dragons by basically just targeting one of your other big dragons. Then we've got Spirit Ultimate Dragon, Indigo Eyes. This card you don't go into super often, but it does help you beat Yubel, and it does help you beat Mikanko, which those matchups can be really, really horrifying sometimes. So if you can get into this, it negates all cards on the field. And then, like, you, for example, negate all of their all of their Yubel monsters get negated, and they'll have 0 attack. And now that they're negated, you just attack them with this 4,000 attack monster, and you just win the game from then. It's very good. It negates everything, literally everything. It negates all of the face-up card your opponent controls, so it even negates, like, Nightmare Pain, for example. It's very good. Then we've got 2 copies of Spirit with Eyes of Blue, your Link monster. Gets you to the field spell, and then 1 copy of Heratic. So if you get hand trapped, you make a Heratic pass. It's usually good enough. Now let's get over to the combo pool. Alright guys, so the first combo I'm going to show you with the Blue Eyes Invoked includes both Alistair and Sage with Eyes of Blue. Any one of these two is both a certain type of combo, which I'm going to show you. But this is just a combo that shows how well the two kind of archetypes work well together. But here we've got Alistair the Invoker and Sage with Eyes of Blue. This can also be a copy of Wishes, or it can be a copy of Maiden. So it can be Maiden, Wishes, Sage. It can also, if you're still playing it, it can technically be a Bingo Machine Go, because Bingo Machine Go can just search the Wishes anyway, or it can just be a Perry Reeves map, because that also searches it. But any one of those cards can also do this full combo. So we're going to start off with Alistair the Invoker and activate the effect to search. We're going to search Invocation. We're now, and this I actually have to mention is also a Nibiru proof combo too. We're going to link this away into a copy of Spirit. Turn this into Spirit, activate the effect of Spirit to search. This will grab us our field spell. We're going to be able to grab that, and now we're going to activate this field spell. With this field spell, we're going to activate it, and we're going to send the Blue Eyes White Dragon from the deck. And again, this combo, I'm going to show you how to do it Nibiru proof, but technically you can kind of adjust this combo and do it slightly differently, but I'm going to show you how to do it so you play around Nibiru. Now we're going to activate the effect of Sage, of the Saga, the Spirit, to special summon back Blue Eyes. And now we're on summon number 3. On summon number 3, we're going to activate Invocation. We're going to banish the Spirit, and we're going to banish the Alistair. This is summon number 4. So now we still have technically a discard, but they can't Nibiru us yet because they, again, we're on summon number 4, so they can't Nibiru us yet. So now we activate Invocation in Graveyard to send back the Alistair the Invoker. And now we have a monster in hand. So if they are going to Nibiru us past this point, we have the Invoked Mechaba, which can negate it. And any other plays we have are free and clear. So next, we're going to use the double normal summon effect of the Mausoleum to normal summon a copy of Sage. Sage is going to grab us a copy of Maiden. And now with the Maiden, we're going to activate the Maiden. The Maiden's going to grab True Light directly from the deck. If it's in the graveyard, we can also grab it from the graveyard. With the True Light, there's a variety of different plays that we can make. You activate True Light here, and this is what you can do. So you can either, well, we're going to get wishes pretty much regardless here, so we'll just set the wishes because that's what our extra discard is for. We're going to flip the wishes. We're going to discard our random card, and this is where the variance happens. You can go two different directions. You can either search Majesty and then have one Spirit Dragon and search Effect Veiler. So you end on Majesty, which pops cards non-targeting equal to the amount of blue eyes you have in the graveyard, and we'll have a Spirit Dragon, and then on top of that we'll search an Effect Veiler. That's one way to do it. Or we can go for Saga, and this will allow us to kind of like continue our combo here. Again, it's totally up to you which direction that you go here. I'm going to go with the Saga to show you a little bit more, but if you want to go a little bit safer, you could just go with the Majesty, because that way you have an interruption through spell and trap cards, you can have interruptions through monsters, and you have a hand trap. So it's 3 different levels of interruption. So if they have like Harpy's Feather Duster, you're covered because you have monster stuff. If they have like I don't know, if they have like Dark Ruler No More, it's fine, you're covered. You still have an interruption through this. It just creates a little bit more variety. But in this particular case, we're going to go with the Saga, and then we're going to grab the Effect Veiler, because that will give us, the Effect Veiler will also give us another form of interruption here. So now we'll activate the Saga from our hand. This will allow us to special summon a Blue Eyes. We can also summon Jet, but if you summon Jet, you can't use Maiden to special summon itself back. So I'm going to go ahead and summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Maiden's going to activate in the graveyard in order to special summon itself. So we'll special summon that out for free. And now from here we have a variety of different things that we can do, but most importantly, we could just make the 2 Spirit Dragons. We can make the 2 Spirit Dragons, this plus this. And then also we have the ability to, in graveyard, we have the wishes. You can actually activate wishes right now to target Blue Eyes and then attach it with Neo Blue Eyes White Dragon. When this is in the graveyard and your opponent targets a Blue Eyes card, you can negate and destroy that effect. So that can actually come up. I'm just showing you this for, you know, these purposes. In reality, you probably want to save this for the follow-up turn, because you can actually just immediately special summon Tyrant Dragon by just tributing the single Blue Eyes White Dragon. And the cool thing about Tyrant Dragon is he attacks all monsters your opponent controls, and he's a fusion monster. So when you attack all monsters your opponent controls, you 3,400 attack, but you can discard Alistair the Invoker, target the Tyrant Dragon, and then becomes 4,400 attack, and you can attack all monsters your opponent controls with 4,400 attack. It's actually kind of crazy. Again, I just did this to kind of show you guys how it works, but this card is actually really good with Alistair the Invoker. Now we're going to activate or special summon the Spirit, and this is pretty much our end board off of the 2 cards plus a discard. We have Spirit Dragon, which is a graveyard negate, plus they both tag out into more negates. Alistair to discard for the Mechaba and an Effect Veiler. So we're going to go to the end phase here. Blue Eyes turns are a little bit weird because you don't see the full board until your opponent's turn. On our opponent's turn, again, you can save these graveyard effects. They do actually help, but also you can tag out. So we can activate this effect to tag out. We're going to tag out into Ultimate Dragon, Spirit Ultimate Dragon, and then we're also going to tag out with the other one into another Blue Eyes card, or a Crimson Dragon. We're going to tag out into Crimson Dragon. We can immediately activate, and then we can special summon whatever the hell we want here. We have 3 options: Cosmic Blazar, which is a negate. We can summon Stardust Cypher Dragon, which is a monster negate, and then a pop. Okay, so the cool thing about this Stardust Cypher Dragon is he actually protects your cards from destruction per card once each. So he actually can protect from the destruction effect of the Spirit Dragon. So Spirit Dragon, when you summon the monster, you cheat out the monster. At the end phase, the monster that you cheat out is supposed to blow up. But if you summon this card, you actually don't lose the monster at all. So as you can see here, we're going to go to end phase. We're going to activate this effect. It's mandatory to... actually, why not? Let's do this first. We're going to True Light also, because I have to remember I can do this. I can special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then when Blue Eyes gets summoned, we can also summon Maiden. So that's actually something that's cool too. We can summon back monsters for free even during our opponent's turn, but this is mandatory. We have to resolve it. But this Stardust Cypher Dragon actually protects him every single time. And now we basically have OTK on board. We have more than enough damage. We can quickly make one of these and go directly, instantly into battle phase. We have, like I said, over 8,000 easily. And then we can actually just keep extending, make Alistair all over again, search another invocation, fusion summon all over again if we need to. We have everything we need to as our follow-up. Our follow-up is really good. Again, we can activate Alistair, search invocation, activate invocation, and we can go into, we can banish this out of the graveyard, banish Alistair, and we can actually follow up with the invoked dude, this guy right here, which on summon can pop up card also, which is really cool. But we also have that. We have a ton of follow-up, like I said. We have all of the True Light all over again. We have the graveyard effects of invocation to shuffle back. We have the negates, multiple negates. Like this the combos in this deck are actually kind of sick. Okay, next up I'm going to show you guys just how far a single copy of Alistair the Invoker can get you, both into your Blue Eyes engine and into your Invoked engine. It's actually, again, it's actually kind of crazy. So we're going to normal summon Alistair. We're going to activate the effect of Alistair to search invocation. Now we're going to summon our Spirit. Spirit is going to search on summon automatically to hand. We're going to add the Mausoleum. We're going to activate the Mausoleum, activate its effect to send a Blue Eyes. Obviously, we buff that up. We can activate Special Summon Spirit, or use Spirit's effect to tribute to Special Summon Blue Eyes White Dragon. And now we can activate Invocation to banish both of these. Neither of these really matter in the graveyard anyway. It's actually better to banish Alistair the Invoker. So we're going to Special Summon Mechaba. Since we have Mechaba, we can activate the Invocation to shuffle back the Invocation, add back Alistair, and now this is our end board. Again, this is off of one Alistair the Invoker. We've gotten to a Blue Eyes. We've gotten to an Invoked Mechaba with a discard. This plays around Nibiru. Not that you would really need to. We're only on 4 summons still. This played around Nibiru. We have an Invoked Mechaba. We can discard Banish. If we have other cards, we can discard a Trap, discard a Monster, whatever we need to. And we've already gotten to a Blue Eyes White Dragon with committing a normal summon in a totally unaffiliated archetype. Not even a Blue Eyes deck. Not even a Blue Eyes card. A non-Blue Eyes card has gotten a Blue Eyes onto the board. It's actually kind of crazy how much this actually works. And then, of course, for next turn, we have Mausoleum. We can activate this again to send yet another Blue Eyes to buff either one of these two monsters. So we can pretty much get over anything, because we can like activate this, buff this, and then attack with this, and also use Alistair discard to buff it some more. Like, it's actually kind of crazy how much we got. 2 Blue Eyes cards and 2 Invoked cards out of 1 Invoked card. There's so much amazing synergy between these two decks. Okay, I couldn't let you guys go until I showed you what one Sage could do. This doesn't have to be Sage. This could also be Maiden, or this can be True Light. Either way, not True Light. This could be Maiden, Sage, or Wishes, or one of the cards that search any one of those cards. So pretty much this is anytime you get to one of these 3 cards, it is full combo. But I'm going to show you what just one singular Sage can do in this deck. So even if you don't see your Invoked engine, this is what you can do. Normal summon Sage. We're going to activate Sage's effect in order to grab Maiden. Then we're going to link this away into a Spirit. So this will special summon itself out. Spirit will get us our field spell free of charge. And now we will activate the effect of the field spell. We're going to buff up the Spirit. Not that it matters, but we're going to buff up the Spirit, send Blue Eyes. We're going to activate the effect of Maiden. Set it right there. Activate True Light. True Light, we're going to set a spell trap card. We're going to set the prayers. Always, wishes, prayers, whatever your localization is. From here, we are going to go with the Majesty. This is what we need to go with in this particular combo, but obviously it varies combo to combo, but we're going to go with Majesty. And then we're also going to add Master with this particular combo. This is one of the best boards that you can possibly make. Ending on a Sage is... just one Sage can get you to so much in this deck. It's actually kind of crazy. We're going to normal summon Master with our extra normal summon. We're going to activate the effect of Master to grab our copy of Sage out of the graveyard. So that'll be free. And now we will activate the effect of Spirit. And since Spirit's off the board now, we can special summon back Blue Eyes. And since Blue Eyes got special summon, we can activate the effect of Maiden to special summon itself onto the field, which is quite nice. Now from here, as always, you can activate the effect of Prayers in order to attach this Blue Eyes with the Neo Blue Eyes, and that'll give you some protection on your opponent's turn. It could be usable. It just kind of depends on your situation. Next, we're going to special summon again. We're going to special summon with the Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. We're going to use the Master and the Blue Eyes. Special summon out the Spirit. We don't want to use that immediately. Next, we're going to activate the effect of Sage in hand. This is the Sage that we added back. We're going to target our Maiden. And we're going to chain the Maiden right now to special summon something back out of the graveyard. So out of the graveyard, we're going to special summon the Sage we just sent to the graveyard. We're going to special summon that out, and now we can summon any Blue Eyes monster from our deck. So in this particular case, we're going to special summon Jet. Jet is really cool because having him in graveyard is basically infinite recursion, so I'd like to get him in graveyard as soon as possible. Like I said, I really like this card. On top of that, he works very well with Majesty. When we activate Majesty to pop cards our opponent controls, we can use the effect of Jet to bring himself back, and that'll protect our board from things like Raigeki and Harpies, Feather Duster, and stuff like that. So we're going to now summon another Spirit Dragon, and pretty much this is our end board. You can use the effective Master. You don't need to right now. Master's better as a follow-up later, but we can technically use the effective Master. We're going to set the Majesty, and we're just going to go straight to the end phase. On our opponent's turn, we have plenty of plays that we can do. We have 2 graveyard negates with the Spirit, but as always, we could just tag out with the Spirit. In this particular case, I'm going to go with an Ultimate Dragon, and with the other Spirit, I'm going to go ahead and use the effect to summon Crimson Dragon. Now with Spirit Dragons, always make sure to use Spirit Dragons one by one. So when you use the Spirit Dragon effect, always use it one by one, because when you activate Spirit Dragon, your opponent can chain Call by the Grave, but if they chain Call by the Grave, you can chain the second Spirit Dragon, and then with the second Spirit Dragon, you can summon Spirit Ultimate Dragon. And as this card says right here, your opponent cannot banish cards from your graveyard. So if you summon this Chain Link 2 after Call by the Grave is activated, it actually won't banish your monster, and since Spirit Dragon isn't banished, your effects will not be negated. So it's actually really one of the like crazy advantages that this card has. It's really awesome. You actually don't lose to Call by the Grave whatsoever in this deck. Like it doesn't, Call by the Grave does not hurt this deck at all. It plays around it very, very well. We're going to target this, and in this particular case, I'm going to summon the Cosmic Blazar Dragon, and this is a card that is 4,000 attack, 4,000 defense. It can attack a spawn trap card activation. It can stop. It can negate a spawn trap card activation. It can negate a monster activation. It can negate a monster summon, or it can negate an attack. And then it banishes itself and returns at the end phase. This card right here is also really good. It's basically a negate of any card. And then on top of that, we also have the effect of True Light. We can special summon. We don't want to negate it, but we can summon back, for example, Blue Eyes on our opponent's turn, which will also allow us to summon Maiden. And then what's cool is on our opponent's turn, they're gonna summon that. If they go to battle phase or something like that, they're gonna attack over something, or we could just activate Majesty. Like for example, I'll activate Majesty. I'm gonna reveal the Blue Eyes we have, destroy that, and Jet comes back free of charge in this particular combo. And he's obviously very, very, very good. And then this pops itself at the end phase, but we can also just trigger it to special summon back the Spirit Dragon. And what's cool is the Cosmic Blazar was not summoned off of the Spirit Dragon, so it does not pop itself at the end phase. It's there permanently, and it counts as a synchro summon, which is really cool. But again, this is a very, very strong board. And this is, again, off of pretty much one combo. If you get ashed, you've played plenty of hand traps. You just pass and do the same combo next turn. So one of the real big advantages of this deck is that it has so much space to play so many hand traps, because in reality, you have a bunch of one-card starters. You can play as many hand traps as you want. But that is it for this combo portion. Thank you for watching. La, 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 la.